Law of cosines is utilized when you have a side, an angle, and a side. Side, angle, side. You're using that to find the other side. I'll call it C for the moment. Does this one say to, yeah, so you got to solve, it wants you to solve everything in this particular one. So the formula, it's Pythagorean theorem. It's C squared equals A squared plus B squared. A and B refers to the other sides here. We'll just do that. Minus 2AB cosine of the angle between C. So you have everything on the right-hand side. You have 16 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 16 times 7 cosine 127.
Yes.
So go ahead and get that number, and you're going to take a square root, and that will be your your value of C. And then we can talk about what to do next.
I get 439 for that, and then I square it up,
Square root that.
and you get 20.97.
Okay, so about 20.9, so it's 21.0. Okay, now you've got to find angle R or angle Q. And I mentioned this when we last did this, is you only want to do law of cosines one time. So let's just say we're interested in finding R. Sine of R over, you have to find the side across from 16 equals sine, and this time it's going to be P because I have the angle side across from it, 127 over 21.0.
Okay.
So you're going to solve for R. What most students do is they solve for sine R. Sine R is 16 over 21 sine of 127. They get this number, and then they take the inverse sine of that. You can do it all in one step if you want. Your calculator will do all of this. So go ahead and give me that value, please, whenever you've got it.
All right. $37.47.
All right, 37.5, and then to find the other angle, you just subtract it from 180. Well, you subtract the other two angles from 180. So we found that R is, what did I just mark it down as? 37.5.
All right.
So Q is going to be 180 minus 127 minus 37.5.
Oh, okay. So it'll be 15.5.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds super reasonable. Okay, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do next here? What's the next one?
Let's see. 15. We're gonna go by on.
Okay. $15, getting back to that. Okay, I gotta open that up again. All right, 15 is similar. So 15 wants you to solve the entire triangle, but they don't give you the triangle. This is like the next difficulty level in it. So we need to draw the triangle. So I'm just going to draw a generic triangle. It doesn't really matter. STR, measure of angle S is 117.8. R is across from big R, that's 20.4. And T, which is across from big T, is 22.1. So this is, again, it's a law of cosines because you got a side, an angle, and a side. SAS is always law of cosines. Is that okay?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so try setting this one up. It's the same thing here as the C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2ab cosine c. See if you can set that up. You have all the information from before, and you can see if you can get there to the right answer with that.
All right, so set it up, and then I'm going to put it in the calculator.
So it should be something like 20.4 squared plus 22.1 squared minus 2 times 20.4 times 22.1.
I get 36.4 at the end.
Okay. You took a square root of all that as well?
Yes.
So you said this side is 36.4. Great. So now we can find either angle T or angle R. What you need for law of sines is you need a side and an angle across from the side. Okay.
All right.
So we have that here. Now let's just pick, I'm just going to find R. So sine of R over, now I'm going to use the side across from it, 20.4 equals sine of 117.8. It's always the sine of the angle, and then the side across from it, 36.4. So if you solve for sine R is 20.4 over 36.4, sine of 117.8. And then R is sine inverse 20.4 over 36.4, sine 117.8.
I get 29.71.
29.7 degrees. We'll go back up to our triangle here. This is 29.7 degrees. And then to find T is going to be 180 minus the 2 that you found, 117.8, or the one that you found and the one that was given, minus 29.7. So you'll get that value.
Uh, 32.5.
2.5. Okay.
All
All right, on to 17.
Yes.
17, they give you all three sides.
Mhm.
Again, you have to draw the triangle. You will find that it's very easy for instructors to make exams on these because there's tons of combinations here that work. When you draw your triangle, it's good to do two things. It's good to draw the same triangle every time. I always draw this sort of generic one, and then label it the same way every time. Meaning like first letter, second letter, third letter, whatever you want. Little r is across from big R, little s across from big S, little t is across from big T. So this is a law of cosines. It's the other possibility. So law of cosines is used when you're given side angle side and when you're given side side side.
Okay.
This is the second possibility. So let's just find R. So R is like your big C, and this is your little c. So your formula c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine big C. A and b are the ones around the angle you're either given or trying to find. So this is 20 squared plus 13 squared minus 2 times 20 times 13 cosine c. So we're not given this angle, but we are given little c, 30
Yeah.
squared. So what
Oh,
some students do here is they actually calculate these values out and then rewrite it. You can actually just move things around if you're comfortable with that. You can subtract 20 squared, subtract 13 squared. That moves it to the other side. This stuff over here is left over, so you divide by -2 times 20 times 13, and that all equals cosine c. If you're going to put this in your calculator, you have to have parentheses here and here and down here and here.
okay, I'll do that. So 30 squared minus 20 squared, and then minus 13 squared. And divide that all by -2 times 20. Multiply that by 13. That should be -0.636.
Okay, that's what cosine c equals. To find cosine c, you have to take the cosine inverse of that value you just found. So all of this is what you're taking the cosine inverse of that value there.
All right. Negative cosine, right? I got 129.53.
Okay, so 129.5. Let's go back here to that. For R, yeah, I guess that's reasonable. I actually don't know. So now you don't want to use law of cosines more than once. So your law of sines, you're going to take the information from this triangle. I'm going to actually have to copy it down because there's just too much here. We've already written. So let's say you're trying to find angle S now. Sine of angle S over, it's across the side that's across from 13 equals sine 129.5 over 30. So as I
Okay.
mentioned before, you can solve for sine S, but S is 13 over 30 sine 129.5 sine inverse of all that.
Oh, okay.
So you can do it all in one step.
All right. So I get 30.1.
Okay, 30.1. And then to find t, you're going to subtract from 180. So t equals 180 minus 129.5 minus 30.1. And that does work. You do get a reasonable number there.
All right. 20.4. All right. So after that, let's go on to number 19.
And 19. All right. So 19, we're back to finding, we're doing something different here. So 19, we're finding the area of the triangle. There's two formulas based on whether you're given side angle side or all three sides. Um, so this one, okay, it's really odd. Like they give you an angle and a side. So it's almost like they want you to find that angle there, which is weird. Okay. I'm gonna like talk you through this problem and then hopefully it'll be clear what we're like why we did it this way when we're done. So we're gonna find angle K. So the sine of K
Yeah.
over 7, because you got to get the side across from equals sine 45 over 11. So K is equal to 7 over 11 sine 45. It's actually that the sine of K is equal to this when you move this 7 over here, but then you take the sine inverse to undo it.
Oh, okay.
That will give you the value of K, the angle K. So go ahead and get me that value, please.
All right. 26.74.
All right, so 26.7. So 26.7. So now I want you to find angle P. You've got two of the three angles. So P is equal to 180 minus 45 minus 26.7. What is angle P equal to?
I got 108.3.
Say that one more time.
108.3.
108.3. Okay. So one of the formula areas for formula is the area is 1/2 AB sine C. And that's for a triangle that looks like this. Here's A, here's B, and here's angle C between them.
Oh.
Basically, it's a side angle side again. Do you see that you now have a side angle side scenario?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so your area is 1/2 7 times 11 times the sine of 108.3.
All right, I'll put that in my calculator.
Okay.
1/2 times 7 times 11, and then sine of 108.3, 36.55.
Okay, so 36.6 miles squared.
All right. Number 21. This will be the last one that we do.
All right, we will have just enough time to get this one done. So again, you would need to know some information to do this. Like you don't have enough to do this without me telling you a few things. There's two formula areas. So to find the area of a triangle that's not right triangle, there's two possibilities. Either you're given side angle side, or you get it to side angle side, and that's where you use the 1/2 AB sine C, or you you have all three sides given, and then you use this this guy Hero's formula. So Hero's formula, you have to find the what's called the half perimeter.
Mhm.
A plus B plus C is the half perimeter, and then the area is equal to the square root of S, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. So notice you have all three sides here, so you can find S. S is 9 plus 15 plus 13.8
Yeah.
over 2. So give me that value, please.
9 plus 15 plus 13.8 divided by 2, 30.9.
30.9. Okay, so 30.9. That's not right. You probably didn't put parentheses here.
Oh, wait, there we go. 9 plus 15. You're right, 18.9.
18.9. Okay, so your area is 18.9, that's your S, times 18.9 minus 9, that's one of the sides, times 18.9 minus 15, times 18.9 minus 13.8, and then you take the square root of all that. Kind of a mini check is that your half perimeter has to be bigger than any one side. So if you get a negative value in any of these, you know you've done it wrong potentially.
Okay.
Whatever that is, it actually works for any polygon.
I get 61.
Okay, good. That's reasonable. And then there's units, it's yards squared.
Perfect.
Okay, well that takes care of this half-hour lesson. So, anytime you miss a lesson, just contact me. I'll see what I can do for you, and I'll send the notes out and screen recording as usual. Just give me a couple hours here till I'm done with my other appointments.
Appreciate it, Matthew. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. See you next time.
Bye-bye.